Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brina and today I'm going to be showing you how I did this super simple, very blue eyeshadow look using the Blue Moon Colourpop palette. This makes 5 out of 6 looks using the Colourpop Rainbow Vault collection, whatever you want to call it. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but I only have one more palette to go. So if you haven't seen the other 4, you can check those out in the cards up here. I will also try to link them in the description box. And let's get into today's video. To start, I'm going to be using the P. Louise base in the shade 0. This is probably my favorite base for Colourpop products. It just really makes the shadows pop a lot more than a lot of other eyelid primers I've tried, including concealer, all that good stuff. So as you can tell, I'm just using my finger to blend everything out, and I'm concentrating the majority of the product on the lid, and then I'm just patting out the extra product around the edges to blend it into my foundation and everything. First, I'm going to start by dipping into Glued In with this dense crease brush. Tap off the excess, and then I'm going to really concentrate this shade into the outer half of my crease, and I'm not going to be blending the shade out at all to start. I really just want to pack that pigment on. And now I'm going to take this tapered crease brush and dip into Fine China, and now I'm going to repeat that same step. Basically, I'm just going to pat this onto that inner half of the crease. Once again, not bothering to blend anything out at this point. So now that both of those shades are nice and packed on, this looks a little crazy, I know. I'm going to dip into Moonlight using the smaller blending brush, and I'm just going to use this to completely blend everything out. So this is going to take a minute. You're going to have to really work at it, but it'll happen. I'm going to be mainly using sweeping motions to blend it out, but then on this inner corner, I'm really going to twirl the brush in there using more swirling motions than swiping motions, although we're going to mix them in, and I'm just going to keep working at this until everything is nice and blended. So the reason why I did not bother blending any of these other shades out is so that way when I go in with this shade, it'll pick up some of that extra pigment left over from patting those first 2 shadows on, and it'll just help make the blending go a lot more smoothly. Another quick blending tip while we're at it, I like to keep my brush barely pressed against the skin, so just barely touch it against the skin and swirl or sweep. Either way, whichever method you prefer of blending. I really think that you can do both of them pretty much anywhere, but the key is to keep the brush very lightly pressed against the skin. That's how you're going to get the smoothest blend. Before I finish up the lids, I'm going to go in with this Bodyography Midnight Blue pencil liner, and I'm just going to tightline the lower lash line. Now I'm going to go back in with that same brush and the same Moonlit shade, and I'm just going to generously sweep this along the lower lash line. And lastly, to finish up the lids, I'm going to go in with Billie Jean, and I'm going to pop that on the inner part of the lid. And then I'm just going to flip that brush over and tap into Tide Pool, and then I'm going to place that on the center part of the lid and blend it into Glued In. My favorite way to blend out shimmery shadows is really to just pat between the 2 shadows, and I find that does a pretty good job of blending. And repeat on the other eye, and I got a little bit too far over on this eye with that blue shimmer, so I'm going back in with no additional product on that very first brush just to mattify it a little bit more. Finally, to finish up with the shadow, I'm dipping into Lumi, and that's going to be my inner corner highlight for today. And finally, I'm going to finish it all up with some lashes. This is the Colourpop It's Faux 8-piece mink lash kit. I'm not really sure which ones I want to go with. I'm thinking probably Angel. Those ones are just, they're my favorite. Alright, lashes are on, and this is the finished look. I also think this look would look super good with like some very wingy liner. I just don't have the patience for that today, and I'm not a big fan of liner, so if you like liner, definitely throw on a thick wing with this look. I think it'd be super cute. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I really hope you did. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!